नमः ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे तमद्भुतं बालकमम्बुजेक्षणं चतुर्भुजं शङ्खगदाद्युदायुधं श्रीवत्सलक्ष्मं गलशोभिकौस्तुभश्रियं पीताम्बरं सान्द्रपयोधसौभगं मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यमीश्वरम्. So, a very warm welcome to all of you for this wonderful session on Bhakti, the science of Bhakti Yoga. So, last time, so this is the third session. Before continuing the last session, I just wanted to bring some important points. So, I just wanted to reframe my the way of delivering the lecture. So, the beginning, I just wanted to start with a wonderful pastime of some great acharya, so that you also be knowing all the achievements and all the devotional achievements done by the great acharyas. So followed with some principles and some important information about the science of Bhakti Yoga, about the title. So it's very important in our life that we have to understand that when we take some small steps for Krishna, towards Krishna, actually he is more eager than what we are. That is what I wanted to make a point here. That his eagerness to receive our service is far greater than our eagerness to offer it. So this is very much important, that he is more eager to receive our service than what we want to offer him. So we have to understand, we may think that we are serving the Lord, but actually he is waiting, he's waiting with open arms for even the slightest attempt from our side. He's waiting with the open arms, and he's waiting. So, yeah, to give an example, just like a mother, I've seen some 2 days back, I had gone to some program, and that the mother was trying to feed the child, so much showing something and feeding the child, showing this one and feeding the child, and showing something and feeding the child. So, mother is more longing to feed the child rather than the child longs to eat. So similarly, Lord is longing to accept our service, even if it is imperfect from our side. So last time I discussed about the Sanatana Goswami. In the first session, I discussed about the wonderful pastime of Sanatana Goswami, that how Madana Mohana, Radha Madana Mohana, that he wanted to accept the service from Sanatana Goswami, and all those pastimes, wonderful pastimes we went through, that even though Sanatana Goswami was giving him a very meager food, offering him a some dry chapatis, but still the Radha Madan Mohan was so much greedy to accept service from Sanatana Goswami, despite all the humiliation, so-called humiliation made by Sanatana Goswami. When Lord himself asked, "Give me some salt in the chapatis," then Sanatana Goswami says, completely denying that, "My Lord, I am just beg, I do madhukari, and whatever I available, I just accept it and I offer to you, offer to and accept it. So I can't give you, sorry." So despite all the discomforts, the Lord wanted to take service from the Sanatana Goswami. So that is the greatness of the Bhakta and Bhagavan relationship. So this shows that how the Lord is so intensely is desiring to associate with the devotee, rather than we are trying to associate with the Lord. Lord is more eager. Lord is more intensely awaiting our association. And there is wonderful, today I want to discuss some wonderful pastime of Loknath Das Goswami. So, who was a great, who actually hid himself from the world's view. Uh, so only to be found by the Narottam Das Thakur, and he took initiation from Loknath Das Goswami. So we have to understand that Lord is not looking from our any external offerings. He sees the heart behind our offerings. We may offer such a wonderful, very opulent offerings, but Lord, what He looks is the heart or the mood or the intention behind our offerings. So that's what He says in Bhagavad Gita, just patram pushpam phalam toya. So your mood is what Lord is looking from our offerings. So Krishna wants us far more than what we want Him. So you have to understand that. And our efforts can only awaken His readiness to accept our service. We have to understand this His infinite affection for us. That we understand. In every pastime, you can see, you can observe that how Lord tries to run away. The devotee sometimes he tries to run away from the honor. Devotee tries to run away from the name, fame. But the Lord runs after him to accept that service, their service. So we have to, today we'll discuss about Loknath Goswami, but just I want to make a point here that in both the pastime of Sanatana Goswami and the Loknath Das Goswami, so Lord he's showing that he's taking the first step. So he is arranging all the circumstances. So even though the devotee was avoiding to serve him because of his inability, but Lord wants to take service from him. So we may think that we are running to serve him, every day, coming, leaving home, leaving office, leaving family, and coming to the temple and doing service. But we have to, in reality, we have to understand, he is running. Lord is running even faster than us to receive our service. So that is a very important the gesture we can find out in the such great pastimes of devotees. Some 2 years back, we had been to this Bangladesh before all this broke out. Hasina came down, and now the situation is very bad in the Bangladesh. So when during that 2 years back, we had this governmental parikrama. We had been to the Bangladesh, and where we were able to go to a wonderful place called as Jashore. Jashore is now, before it was Yashodhara. Yashodhara means Yashoda, such a wonderful name. Still, that names are there. Thankfully, this Muslims fanatics have not changed any of names in Bangladesh. There's a Padma River, and there is Vishnupur. So many things. So there is a place called the Jashore. There's a district called Jashore. Jashore. In a district called Jashore, there is a place, there's a town called as a Talakari. So this very heart-touching story of the history of Loknath Das Goswami, that he was, the Loknath Das Goswami was born in this Talakari village. It's a village, and we had been to that place. It was a wonderful temple. All around is Muslims and many things. They have built a big walls around that temple so that they can be protected in any danger. So such a pathetic condition there. But there's one pujari there and few brahmacharis, or 2, 3 brahmacharis, the Goswami culture, basically. So they're all staying there. They're all the descendants of Loknath Das Goswami. So Loknath Das Goswami was the son of Padmanabh Bhattacharya and Sita Devi. And so Loknath Das Goswami was also having a brother. So, and he was also was a great devotee. Was called a Pragalba Bhattacharya. So, see, Padmanabha Bhattacharya and Sita Devi were great devotees of, or the followers of Advaita Acharya. So, in this sense, right from the childhood, Loknath Das Goswami was exposed to the Gaudiya culture, the system, the chanting, the preaching, all those Bhagavatam, so the sadhana and all those things. So right from the youthful age, the Loknath Goswami was very much indifferent to all the material comforts or attachments. So his heart was always longing to serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, want to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So one day it so happened, so I'm cut shorting many things because this is a huge, the whole story, the whole history is very huge. So I'm just giving you the gist. So one day, Loknath Goswami, somehow he escaped from his parents and he left to Navadvip. When he was young, probably he was some 15, 16 years. He just left home. Want designed to take shelter of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he went. So just imagine how that would have been condition of his parents, even though they were devotees. But he left the home and from Jashore to Mayapur, from Calcutta to Mayapur is almost say it is around some 300 to 400 kilometers. 300 to 400 kilometers. So then he just traveling all the way. He went to Mayapur and seeing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so happy. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, this was before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taking sannyas. This was before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taking sannyas. So immediately Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced this Loknath Goswami and seeing his sincerity and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then further he said that now Loknatha, you should go to Vrindavan and you be there and find out all the holy places. And this how I'll be very happy by all your activities. And this how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu commissioned Loknath Goswami to go to Vrajadam to rediscover all the holy places connected to the Krishna's pastime Leelas. Because during those times, the Vrindavan was completely covered with the forest, thick forest, and there was no signs of any holy places there. Practically, it was all destroyed because of that is one more history. Sometime we can discuss that how there was the Kushans and the Buddhist and there's so much the kings. And then after the Mughals, so many things came over there. There was any place for them to for the spirituality to grow there, the culture to grow there. So in that sense, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right from the beginning, before he became sannyas, right from the beginning, he took sannyas at the age of 25, 24, 25. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu met Loknath Goswami, he sent Loknath Das Goswami and Bhugarbha Goswami. So these two devotees to Vrindavan to find out all the holy places, lost holy places of the Vrindavan. So and Loknath Goswami was always wanted to be with the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu so much. And he shed tears so much. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, please, I don't want to go. I want to be with you. I want to be always be with you. I want to serve you, things like that. But somehow Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he convinced him. But how this Loknath Goswami also he got a feeling that soon the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going to take sannyas, he's going to leave home. And then in that great separation of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, somehow he was struggling so much within himself, a lot of pain. He was so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu understood his pain, his heart's pain, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu consoled him and lovingly he said, "Don't worry, Loknatha. Then I will come and meet you in Vrindavan. I'm promising you. Don't worry, you go to Vrindavan." So then, with all the tears in his eyes, and he offered obeisances to Loknath Das to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he left Navadvipa. He left Navadvipa and went to the. On his way, he passed through all the holy places and reached Vrindavan. And when he reached Vrindavan, he settled in Vrindavan. So within a few days or a month, he got to know the news that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas, and he is now in Jagannath Puri. So again, he could not bear that separation. So again, he left Vrindavan and started traveling towards Jagannath Puri. And he went to Jagannath Puri. To his shock, he heard that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he wanted to deliver all the countless souls in the South India. So that's how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he traveled towards the South India. There's a South India travel. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left to the South India. Somehow, then again, when Loknath Goswami was got to know that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has left Jagannath Puri, so he went to the South India in search of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He went to all the places asking, did you know some person like this? Did you know some person like this? Sannyasi with a shaven head, Gaudiya Tilak, and all alone with one more, Kale Krishnadas and one with an assistant, both of them have seen like this. He all traveled everywhere. And finally, they were saying, no, no, you go there, you go there, you go there, something like that. Then finally, when he got to know on the way that Chaitanya Prabhu has gone now to Vrindavan. So then again he was, oh, yo, Baba, I was in Vrindavan only. Chaitanya Prabhu told that I should not leave Vrindavan, that he'll come and meet me. And I left and wanted to meet him. See, nowadays we have emails, WhatsApp messages, we have a lot many things to convey the message at any point, any fraction of a second. Just imagine that times, and even the travel. Take one flight now, we can go and be in Vrindavan just in 3 hours. But just imagine those days, how they used to really converse. So when he got, oh, Chaitanya was got to Vrindavan, then again Loknath also rushes to Vrindavan, wanted to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed only for a month. Just imagine to walk so much, at least like 2 months. Take anything, it will take 1.5 months. So by the time Loknath Goswami reached Vrindavan, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu already left Vrindavan and he was in the Prayaga. So heartbroken with all of the pains. Again, he was so heartbroken, and he resolved that what may happen, no problem. Tomorrow I'm going to leave the Vrindavan early morning, and I will go to Prayaga and go and meet Chaitanya Prabhu. But it so happened on the same night, Mahaprabhu came in his dream, and he spoke that Loknatha, don't worry. You know, I had told you that I'll be coming here, but I came here, you are not there. But don't worry. So no, I will be present here in the different form in the future, and it will be revealed accordingly. And with all a heavy heart, but Chaitanya Prabhu told, please leave, don't leave Vrindavan, and you do your duty. You take up your job of finding all those places, of the holy places. And that's how when he again woke up in the morning, and he was his heart was so much soothing that Chaitanya Prabhu came to his dream, and he further directed him. And within a short span, probably a month or so, he started seeing that all the Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Gopala Bhatta Goswami, and all the Goswamis are coming to Vrindavan. So Chaitanya Prabhu was sending everyone one by one to Vrindavan. You might have seen how first Chaitanya Prabhu, Rupa Goswami sends go to Vrindavan, and then after Sanatana Goswami he meets in Prayaga, he said go to Vrindavan, and Gopala Bhatta Goswami in Prayaga, he with his Gopala Bhatta Goswami is from South India, so then he sends him, and Raghunath Das Goswami, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami was the Tapar Mishra's son. So he sends everyone to Vrindavan. So he felt great soothing within himself that now a lot of people are coming as Gaudiya Vaishnavas. I'm not alone. And it's very nice Chaitanya Prabhu is sending so many of them. So we have to understand here how he was so much eager to see the Chaitanya Prabhu. And it so happened, so as he was so much eager to see Chaitanya Prabhu, and he stayed there finding the holy places. But is always praying to the Lord. What shall I do, my Lord? I want to find out the holy places, but nothing is revealing. And how can I find out? Actually, just a year back, see, every year what I do is whenever I go to Vrindavan, see, almost my so many years in this moment. Every time I go to Vrindavan, I will find out a new place and new pastimes, things like that. So this time, last time, so I was going through this Basana. On the way, there is called as Kadiravana. So in that place, there is a wonderful the temple. There's a huge temple there, and I was so shocked that then I got to know the pastime. It so happened. So once, as Loknath Das Goswami was trying to find out all the holy places of Vrija, and there he took shelter of one tamala tree because it was so hot. And next to this is Kishori Kunda. So Chetravana, this whole place is called, so many vanas are there. So this was called Chetravana. So a strange thought came in his mind. Oh, if because he was seeing that how Sanatana Goswami got the deities, and how the Gopala Bhatta Goswami got the deities when he went to the Gandaki, the three Saligrams, and Saligram became Radharaman overnight. So many things he is also meditating. So he also some thought came in his mind that if I also have Krishna like the form, like Vigraha, I can serve him, I can please him, so that he might help me in exploring all these holy places. So that was in his mind. So the moment he thought that he wanted a deity, Just imagine what happened. Immediately, one forest dweller, a forest dweller, so he came with the deity, and he said, Swamiji, I've become very old. I'm unable to worship this deity anymore. Please take this deity. Please, I'm handing over to you. And that moment, he felt such a great attraction to Krishna, and immediately he grabbed the Krishna and became so restless to receive the deity sometime. What will happen to me? How I'll be doing service to him? I'm just a mendicant, but somehow he just grabbed the DT. Then he said that the forest dweller. So that he said that this DT name is Radha Vinoda. So I've named him Radha Vinoda, and he was so happy. And he was it's something like a thunder striking on someone's head. So you can see that how Lord responded to the desire of Loknath Goswami. And there's a tears of love, and it's great, and out of great gratitude, he was so much, there's tears of love which was coming out from his eyes. And clung on to the DT very tightly. He pressed the DT tightly to his heart, and he completely lost his consciousness. He lost himself. And after regaining his outer consciousness, and he looked around and is trying to find out this man, who is this man who brought and gave this deity, but nowhere, he was nowhere to be seen. And he was saying, who was he and where he has gone? And then he has given the deity, where is he? He has done a great favor. Who is this? And he was trying to find here and there, running here and there. Finally, he heard somehow from the Akashvani, from somehow from the sound, he heard that, dear Loknatha, is I myself had come and given this deity to you. I am very hungry now. I was there in the Kishori Kunda from very long time, and now very hungry. Please feed me. And Radha Vinoda, so then Loknath Goswami, he cooked the meals and offered to Radha Vinoda. So in this way, Radha Vinoda, when he was traveling across the Vrindavan Rujadam, lot of Brajavasis, they wanted to make a temple for Loknath Goswami, make a bhajan kutir for Loknath Goswami, but always Loknath Goswami was denying, no, I don't want, I'm a mendicant. So he used to make a small joli. You have to make a small bag, a shoulder bag, and in that you have to carry the deity everywhere. So this how Radha Menon also was feeling so happy to receive to be in the joli in the shoulder bag. Not that he wanted some opulent offering temple, offering service, offering this thing. No, he was just looking for that love. So then it so happened there is one Narayana Bhattacharya. So Narayana Bhattacharya Goswami, he has made a wonderful book. In that book, he says that this Loknath Goswami further, he, as he was excavating the different places of Rajadham, he found out almost 333 vanas or forest places connected to Krishna's pastime. Just imagine 33 places of Krishna's pastime. We go and see 1, 2, 3 places and come back. To just imagine one Goswami is finding 333 forests where he has made pastime. The Vraja Bhakti Vilas, a wonderful book. In there, he mentions that. So, and later this Loknath Goswami was so much humble that he didn't want to take any service from anyone, and he didn't want to take any disciples. Where Narottam Das Thakur, he was also from Bangladesh, present day Bangladesh. He is from also from Keturi Dham. That also we had gone. So it's a wonderful place. So there, Narottam Das Thakur, he comes there and want to take shelter of Loknath Goswami, but he denies. No, I don't give any diksha to anyone. And he tests him so much, but still Loknath Goswami he denies that I don't want to give anyone diksha. No disciple. I don't want any disciples who appreciates me. I don't want any disciples who glorify me. That was a great quality of the saints, just like Madhavendra Puri. That should be the mood of our Gaudiya Vaishnavas. No name, fame, even from the giving by disciples also. But somehow Narottam Das Thakur every day he used to go early in the morning and used to clean the all the dirt of Loknath Goswami's, and the cleaning the stool, cleaning the place, bathroom, everything, making ready for the next day. cleansing himself. So one day it so happened, Loknath Goswami is saying, "Who is this man who's coming every day in the night and cleaning all this place?" So he did one of the trees, in between the trees, and he found out that this Narottam Das Thakur is doing. Narottam Das Thakur was a son of a king in Bangladesh, in the Rajashahi. There's one place in Rajashahi, in district of Rajashahi, Keturi Dham. So you are doing this. Why are you? What do you want from me? Then he says, I want your shelter, my lord. I don't have anything. I want your shelter. Then finally he instead no, he gives him diksha, as his only one and only disciple of Loknath Goswami is Narottam Das Thakur. And even when Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami also goes and wants to take the blessings from the Loknath Goswami warns him, please don't use my name in the Krishna Chaitanya Charitamrita. Please don't tell all the things which have happened in my life in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. So that's why in one or two places, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami just mentions the name of Loknath Goswami. So that is a great achar. That parampara we are coming. Just imagine, Lord is wanting to take service from the devotees. He is more eager. He runs more faster than us to receive the service than what we want to do to him. So this is the wonderful pastime of Loknath Goswami. So today we'll continue with our last session about the science of Bhakti Yoga, that we had discussed in the previous, that 18 simple steps to Krishna. 18 simple steps to Krishna, that we are all been doing that, but nevertheless we should be conversant in the philosophy and in the principles. We should know pakka. We should know the points, what all have to really work upon, rather than chanting, reading, things like that. So last week we had discussed about some of the important points about the chanting. Very important. Start with the chanting. So that's how we can converse with the Lord. We can have a conversation with the Lord by chanting. Keep always this in mind. If you want to converse with the Lord, with a talk with the Lord, you want to hear the Lord, keep do chanting. Keep do chanting. So you can talk with the God. This is a talking. This is a language of our hearts. We connect with the Lord through our heart. And that's how you want to talk with Lord, you want to talk with the God, chant Hare Krishna mantra. And chant, and you're talking with Krishna. You're talking with Krishna. So when you're talking with Krishna, so that is what wonderfully we had discussed last week, and also we discussed about the reading, about the reading the scriptures, that your chanting with the name of the Lord should help you understand the scriptures. And that's how we discussed all those points. We discussed about the 4 important points what even Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita: Gnana Agni Dagda Karmani, and Gnana Plava, and what is the Gnana Dagda Karmani, Gnana Plava, and Gnana Deepena Baswata, and one more is not coming in mind. Gnana Sina. Gnana Sina. Wonderful. Thank you, Mataji. So Gnana Sina. Gnana Sina. Asina means the sword of knowledge. So this wonderful, we Krishna the stresses upon this the reading. It's not Srila Prabhupada is stressing. Prabhupada is just repeating what his predecessors acharyas have told. Why Prabhupada is telling reading. So Krishna is saying this. So all those things we understood. And we also discussed about the practical devotional service, that the study should act, whatever we read, it should give rise to the vigorous practical devotional service. Simply reading, I'll become a pandit. That is not the reason for reading. So that practical devotional service we discussed. And further we discussed about sorry, this mobile is falling off. So next we discussed about how we should eat only the prasadam. Right. The 4th point is eating karma-free diet is only the prasadam. You have to eat prasadam. You should not make these points. These are the points. We should just type it, and you should just keep in karma-free diet. You have only prasadam. So some quotes. We also discussed that how eating prasadam can nourishes our soul and transforms our consciousness. That is very much important in your life. So you should be having a pativrata. Your tongue should become. You should make your tongue pativrata. become very chaste to eat only Krishna prasadam. Despite what else, you cook. You want to eat something, you cook. You offer to Krishna and you eat this. You want to eat ice cream, you want to eat this. You try 100 times. Ice cream is not coming, it's becoming water, it's becoming milkshake. No problem. Keep trying. To offer to Krishna, Krishna will make it ice cream one day. So better than that. Many times it happens when we have a house program or we have something like that. Oh, ISKCON is very costly. It's very no, the catering is very costly. They really here the Brahmana is there. So Brahmana he does purely. He's a Madhva Brahmana, Shiva Vaishnava. Purely he does. So without onion and garlic. Can you just offer put tulsi offer to Krishna and eat? So this kind of mood is there. Oh, then what to do about ice cream? Oh, ice cream. Arun ice cream is good. And Hangyo ice cream. Hangyo ice cream is made by all GSPs, Brahmanas. So we can have all these things. That also put tulsi and this. Oh, want to do juice? Oh, this real juice. It's only real. So there's no additives. Only real. So natural juice or real juice. I put tulsi and offer and give to all devotees. Please understand, this is not the way. So you either you cook, you get the devotees around you, make some get vessels, and you cook the two three items, offer to Krishna and feed the devotees, Vaishnavas. As Grasthas duties, at least once in a year, you should call some Vaishnavas and make them feed. That is one of the important responsibility for a Grastha. Anyway, otherwise take from the temple. 2 3 rupees extra may be there, or 10 rupees, 15 rupees extra may be there. But you're safe, and devotees also safe, and everyone is safe. Oh, it's coming from temple. I take prasada. And the extra money also will go to temple. What is the problem? But and we all think, oh, the temple doesn't have so much varieties. We want to please varieties with the devotees. And our temple doesn't give dosa. We have live dosa. People, this brahmanas give, and let me have the please. So we should always keep in mind. So we should always have the chastity of our tongue. So what best you can do, that much you try to do that. So that the lot of those things was discussed in the previous sessions. And also the fifth one we discussed about home worship. Everyone can't stay in the temple, so better make your home a mandira. The is a place for your mind to cure. So you make your house altar. So that those things we have discussed also. In elaborately that how we can refocus, how we can rejuvenate, how we can reflect back ourselves and see so that the whole home become transformed into a temple. So that also we discuss. So right from the early in the morning, getting early in the morning till you take rest in the night. So how everything is you're concentrating about the temple. And the sixth point, what we discussed was the Krishna in center. Yeah, temple you made, offering all things. So you should always having conscious that family affairs means Krishna is also one of the part of our family member. So that is a sixth point you should always keep, because in family, a lot of obstacles keep coming, challenges keep coming. A lot of the stumbling blocks will be there in your spiritual life. Please understand, family life is not a stumbling block in your pursuing your spiritual life. You can become more serious and sincere than any brahmachari in this ashram or anywhere in the world. You can become more sincere. That Prabhupada himself has shown, Bhakti Thakur Maharaj himself has shown, and great acharyas themselves have shown that being in the family life also, how we can, it is not a stumbling block. So that is things that we just touched it. So we have to understand that the few those points we discussed. So we have to understand that this material world is a ocean of miseries and troubles and struggles. So family relationship, yes, we have. It is like we also discussed last time that family relationship like it is like a straws in the ocean. So one wave come and all this father, mother, uncle, auntie, mama, mommy, everyone get together and we say, this is my family and things like that. And one more wave, the wave of time comes and we all become dispersed and we'll be something else. So that is the teachings of Srimad Bhagavatam. So we should, at the same time, should not reject our relationship and say that it's meaningless. So family and friends are not the hindrance. Please understand, family and friends are not hindrance to our spiritual life anyway at all. So we have to reinforce ourselves, understand that these people are there around us. It may be parents, it may be siblings, it may be spouse, it may be children, it may be friends. It's not by chance they come into our life. It is only because of karma they are into our life. So we have to understand that these are different dynamics which are always working there, and it has been arranged by Krishna himself, and we should take this as an opportunity to strategize our spiritual growth. You take this as opportunity to strengthen our spiritual life, and that way you should take. But please understand, they are not at all hindrance in our spiritual life anyway. If they are very strict, if they're not, if they're against you, and they don't like following Krishna consciousness, all those things, take it an opportunity to strengthen your devotion in many way. So build your character. So show to them that Krishna conscious person is better off than anyone else, and that's how we can become more closer to Krishna in this way. I understand you have struggles in your life, and they say, egg, which is egg, it has the energy, the life begins from the inside out. Then you just not from outside in. So there's a lot of struggle when the chick has to come outside from the egg. A lot of struggle it has to put from outside. But if you want to, Prabhupada gives example, if you want to say the one boy saw the butterfly coming out from the pupa, lava pupa or something. That's how it is, this thing. And he's struggling so hard to come out from that pupa. But one boy saw that why it is struggling. Let me cut this extra. It is struggling, so it start cutting. He's cutting its pupa, and the butterfly easily it came outside, but immediately fell down, and he was unable to fly because the necessary energy for the wings to fly, the strength to fly was lost because the butterfly could not, get those energy while coming out of the pupa. So that Prabhupada gives example. So similarly, we have to understand here. So that last time we discussed about a family that prays together, stays together, the family with dance together, advance together, family with sings together, clings together. So those things we discussed. Hope if you remember those things. So similarly, we have to understand we should in a family life we should have a yes, emotions, but emotional distance should be there. You should have some emotional distance within your family. But at the same time, they should not feel that you are something different. And you should discipline yourself to communicate properly if they are not properly able to understand. So take this as initiative, and so that you can resolve the differences, sit together, talk together, try to resolve those differences over a period of time. They also feel okay. They are also interested in our happiness, not only in her happiness or his happiness in following Krishna consciousness. Oh, they are also happy in our happiness. So talk to them, take the initiative, you take initiative, have communication should be clear. So in that ways we can take some resolves in the differences, and we can clear our all the differences. So please open to the dialogues, and you should be willingness to understand others. You should be willing to others. Not that they are not understanding me. They don't know Krishna is Supreme Personal Godhead, and Prabhupada is saying, and our acharyas are saying, Guru Prabhupada is saying, and you can't try to go and preach them. They'll not understand. So you rather than that, you should be willing to understand them. So simultaneously, at the same time, you should not give up your commitment or faithfulness in spiritual practices. That should be very much important. So be assured that nothing can obstruct in our spiritual life. It is in our spiritual progress. It's only our sincerity and determination what matters. In whichever situation, whichever conditions, whichever circumstances we are, we can become sincere. We can become devoted. We can become very determined in our hearts and our minds and our thoughts. So this is what. So next, the seventh one, which I want to mention today is very important. We have to regulate our habits. So we may think principles of freedom. Yes, freedom from this material world. So we may follow so many regulations. See, who wants to follow rules and regulations? No one wants to follow rules and regulations. Everyone wants to break the rules and regulations. And yes, especially you can see on the roads. Who wants to follow? If the police is not there, go here, left, right. We as the Indians, we as the humans, you see nowhere, no one is saying today that the Parikarmikas have not come to collect our dust or dustbin. Where to put it? So much smelling. Or just put it in a packet, put it in a cover, and see the left and right, up and down, bottom, back and front. When no one is there, throw someone's house, or throw some place when no one is worrying. Or tell a husband or someone is going, or children going to school or factory, office or something. Or they give, please take it and throw somewhere else. This is what happening, and we can see so many pockets of the dirt and dust all around the city. So please understand. So who wants rules and regulations? No one wants rules and regulations. So why to make people feel guilty about for not doing some natural things? Because eating, sleeping, mating, different is natural things. They feel actually someone will say, oh, ISKCON is making people guilty of doing the natural things, natural these things. So are there some restrictions or some restrictions or some conservative restrictions or some dogmatic restrictions? We have to understand this. So simple fact is what we have to understand is this is not the restrictions which opposes our freedom. Please understand this. So we have to understand that devotees of Krishna are always they refrain from all such indulgences like intoxication, meat eating, and gambling, illicit activity. It's why because these are known as the four regulative principles which destroys the pillar of dharma that is in Bhagavatam itself. Last few sessions we also discussed about the codes. Saying Bhagavatam says this. It's not Prabhupada is saying that what are the four pillars of dharma and what are the four sinful activities which destroy the pillars of dharma. So by resisting such temptation, what will happen? It is important. By we have to resist those temptation. By resisting those temptation, one we can completely break free from all our dictates of our mind and senses, because mind and senses creates havoc. It wants something now, it wants double the things tomorrow, it wants triple the things day after tomorrow, it wants 10 times the things after that. So please understand that we have to we should break ourselves free from this dictates of our mind and senses and awaken our spiritual insights, spiritual experiences, and this how we can become very free. There is a real freedom from our mind, from our senses, and that's why we have to have these restrictions in our life. So there was in 1960s, I was reading one story. When there's in 1960s, there was in New York. There is in New York. There is one place called as Stock Exchange, New York Stock Exchange. So there once it happened. What happened? So some a few hippies. So 1960s, some hippies they went above that the stock exchange building, and they had some some dollars, the fake, they were for fake dollar notes. So huge fake dollar notes they were having. And they were all the people who are there who were having their shops around that. They were all doing their market. The people who are purchasing things like that. So many people are there around, and there's a huge market. So when this hippies they went above this stock market, the building, and they showed to everyone, see here, there's a lot of money here. Please collect it, and they started throwing in the air, and it all started flying from the top, and it was all flying to the ground, and all the vendors, all the shopkeepers, and they all came outside the shop and started collecting the money and find like that. And it so happened there's all the other hippies, were these friends. So they all went to all the shops and started burglaring, started taking those things that they were basically they were thieves. So they were all stealing all those things. And finally, when this the shopkeepers found out that what is happening, why these people are coming, then they saw this dollar bill. It was a fake one. It is not the real one. Then so here what it shows, please understand. So all these people, even though they were having the shop and everything, a mere sight of physical money completely captivated them, isn't it? Simply seeing some money completely got attracted to that. So we have to understand that this world is full of temptations. This world is full of allurements. This world is full of varieties of attractive things. It entices us in every way. So that the best way mind always says, I want this, I want that. So we create a lot of desires. So creating a lot of desires to be in this material world, to enjoy this material world, to find comfort in the material world. But the nature of this material world is to always keep us always disturbed. So in the heat, many times in the heat of those temptations, we become so practically irresistible. Now we transgress that. So the main reason for having the rules and regulations, don't do this, no on in car, like no coffee and tea, why this, that. So we have to understand that we have to strengthen our hearts very strongly. We have our hearts are very weak to take up spirituality, to take up something which is natural to our soul. So please understand that we may have we may fall prey to the short enjoyments, but the result is something very dangerous. But we have to keep in mind, it only frustrates us over a period of time just by satisfying our mind and senses. N number of gold, even a mountain of gold also will not be sufficient for your mind. It's always the ends with the frustration and disappointments in our life. So always keep in mind that we should have some discipline in our life. That's what those rules and regulations are meant for, so that our conviction to our spiritual growth become very stronger. Yeah, it requires, see, for any conviction has to grow stronger, we have to have some rules regulations. So the such disciplines, self disciplines is very much required, so that we can restrain ourselves from all these advertisements of this material world. So so that's what we should take advice from our ancestors, from our elders, from our scriptures, and that's how we have rules and regulations in our life. So this way we can have a better life. That's the one point which I wanted to say. So then, so sorry, 9:47. Someone is calling. Sorry, just a moment. Really sorry. So we have to understand that the seventh is very much important, that we have to regulate our life. That's all these rules and regulations are meant for. So always make a point that am I not transgressing the points, the rules and regulations given my guru. So that is always you should be reflecting with yourself and checking back. So then the eighth point is the spiritual culture. This culture is what we have to develop in our life. Because what happens, so in any endeavor, the goal is very much important, isn't it? So in any process, so similarly, the culture is also important. So, for example, to give an example, any athlete, some 4 or 5 years back, we went to meet Saina. No, what is her name? That badmintonist that from Andhra Pradesh. Anyway, so she was so much engaged in from almost we waited for 1 hour so that she will give some time and we'll invite her to temple. So it so happened that she was so much playing so much. So any athlete want to, the final goal is what? The goal is that they win the Olympic medal, gold medal, isn't it? That is the goal. So similarly, they go through a lot of rigorous training, and they also have, they exercise their body in such a way. They also have process of eating, and they also have, they have coaches, they have dietitians, where they say that this is what you have to eat only, you should not eat more than this. You should this is what you have to do exercise. This is what you should do. So they have also a strict kind of lifestyle, which in sense of the diet, in the sense of sleep patterns, and abstaining from all the intoxicants and all those things. They also have. We can just generally can see. So there's also culture. So similarly, regardless of how the athlete is getting trained and all those things, similarly, if they neglect in their lifestyle, then what happen? Then the whole the goal, the sporting effect, sporting passion will be, they'll be not able to achieve. They'll be unsuccessful. So similarly, the same way, devotees of Krishna also, when they embrace when the Krishna conscious, they also have a culture. They also have to support themselves by following that culture, so that they can attain the goal. They can do their practices very nicely. So please understand that we have to cultivate our spiritual culture very strongly. We should have spiritual values in our life. The what time you get up, what time you sleep, how much the mobile use, how much the entertainment you do, how much we're not saying don't do entertainment. You see some spiritual movies, or see Prabhupada, the pastimes, his movies, Prabhupada, the lectures you hear. So many things are always there. Or how do you dress? How do you keep your house clean? So how do you keep your environment clean? How do you talk with others with the full of truthful things and pleasing to others, beneficial to others? So very, very small, minute things, very much important in our life, so that our dress code, our our lifestyle, all those things, it helps us in our spiritual journey. And that's how, even though external appearance, you don't think the external appearance doesn't matter. External appearance very much matter, because we ourselves see with the tilaka in the mirror every time, or someone say Hare Krishna when they see us, or we relate ourselves as I'm a devotee by putting kantimala, things like that. So when we incorporate such cultural elements in our life, in our daily lives, you don't say, think, no, I'm a devotee, but what to do? Kantimala, I can't put because house people are not listening. You put a big kantimala where, where they don't see, maybe not tied to your neck, something like that. So all those things in daily lives, when we really incorporate those cultural elements in our life, it will definitely solidify our spiritual identity, very much important, and reminds us always that what is our goal and what we should pursue. Definitely it reflects. And when in fact, if you are amidst the devotees also are having a good culture in their home, then their the discussions and all those things, then definitely no, your progress will be very faster. So that we have to understand. And very importantly, the next point which I wanted to make is so is a ninth point. So ninth point is about the holy pilgrimage places. So going to the pilgrimage places, don't think it is for a excursion or some picnic. That's all. Or we have not seen Mathura Vrindavan or Jagannath Puri. I have not seen. So or Dwarka I have not seen. I will go and see and come. That's not the mood. Please understand. So this such kind of journeys are essential, very much essential, to revive our faith, to strengthen our faith. Just imagine, when you those who are gone for the first time, when you gone for the first time to Vrindavan, all those things, you feel so many Gaudiya Vaishnavas are there. They put some tilaka, they put kantimala. When you go to Mayapur, you see so many Westerners are there. They are practicing Krishna consciousness, small children and Gurukula, so many things. So so please understand, these pilgrimages are not just a physical journey or some excursion. So please understand, it's very special places where our great acharyas have been meditated there and left their spiritual their power there in the holy land. So when we also go to those holy places, we have, the what happens is we also become internally, we'll start growing. Our journey internally starts. So that is what very important for us to go to the holy places. Just like Christians have, Muslims have, we also go to holy places once in a year, things like that. So similarly, we also have these holy places where we have to, whenever time permits, we should just go there. Whether Mathura, Vrindavan, Jagannath Puri, where all these things. So these are extraordinary places where you can really get the blessings of the Lord, blessings of devotees, and it can enhance your spiritual progress in many ways, 100 times more. So pilgrimage places are an opportunity for us to associate with the devotees also, not simply going and seeing places and seeing the deities and coming. So it is an opportunity for us to go and associate with devotees, talk with the devotees, understand this thing. So it so happened. I used to always, whenever I used to go, I used to meet some the devotees there, and used to get a lot of pastimes. That's how just like Loknath Goswami, I went to that Talakari place and this place, that place. So it is very much good when you go there. First and foremost, you should prepare yourself by reading about the place. When you go to the place, just you imagine that how the things would have been there, the environment, the climate, and the vegetation and everything around there. Just imagine that itself brings a lot of the good vibes within yourself. You get connected to that, and in fact, the people who are staying there, some great devotees and the senior devotees who are staying there, you associate with them, talk with them, ask about the greatness of this pastimes and the place and all those things. They would further give a lot of realizations, and that is very much important for us, so that we can really progress in a spiritual life very quickly, very swiftly. They say, if you just sleep in a holy place, the Lord will accept. Lord will accept as that you are doing dandavat. Just you are walking in the holy place, the Lord will accept that you're doing a parikrama or circumambulation. That you're just you talk in the holy place, Lord will accept that you are talking Vedas, you are glorifying me. Like that, Lord in the Skanda Purana, all these quotes are there. So this itself it shows that Lord also is eagerly is awaiting for us to go there and also that we can multiply our spiritual credits manifold. And this is what the greatness of spiritual life is all about. So so don't try to see the pollution and the dirt and the dust and everything there. So these holy sites are very much important. Where you can get the eyes of you can develop an eyes of devotion by first reading about that and go and they start meditating about that. Your inner heart, your inner connection becomes very strengthened, and this is very much important that we have to go through this. I think so. We are running out short of time, and furthermore, so so till now there's a 9 simple steps towards Krishna that we discussed. And furthermore, the 10 more we will discuss totally 18. So 9 more we'll discuss in the next coming session. So anyone has any questions or something, we'll take it or else we'll end the session.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Prabhu, when we are coming from the Krishna Paramatma, then why we have to hanker to stay in the material world? How can we know that there is happiness in this world? Instead of why these all came into our minds when we are the part and parcel of Lord Krishna?
That you have to ask question yourself. Because see, I will tell you how much eagerness we have to enjoy this senses, and how much we have the eagerness to enjoy Krishna's senses. That we have to just we look upon ourselves and see. See Lord has given independence for us to really look back to the Lord. We can't force someone to love. Hey, love me, love me, love me, love me, love me, love me, love me. Hey, why not love me, love me? And we can't do that. You can see all the Hollywood movies, Kannada movies, no, Sandwood movies. We can see that how to in order to get that the love from her, how much all he thinks, all the dramas and he does to pacify and entice her. So similarly, there is a freedom. By freedom, it's by choice you start loving someone. It's not by force you will start loving someone. You can inflict a lot of pain to someone by force, but you can. That's one. Even that Socrates says no. When Socrates was given that hemlock or to the drink that the poison to drink, and the Socrates says that you may kill my body, but you can't kill my soul. So similarly, we have to understand that the externally we may have this all those things, but internally is we should start loving means that freedom has to be given. So that freedom, the externally we may put kantimala, you put the devotee and all those things. Is internally is what Lord is always trying to look from us is with love. That is a freedom. By freedom, by the free will Lord has given, so that we really make our own choice to surrender to that. It is not by force. It's not by force we can surrender to someone. Even naturally, we can say now we all start appreciating Modi because he has done a work, he has done his job. He is selflessly is doing that. People start loving him. His love started being increasing, isn't it? So everyone by their own choice they started loving him. It's not that he has become a prime minister and everyone has to love. No, it doesn't happen like that. So similarly, Lord has given the freedom for us to love Him. That openness has Lord has given to us. That you choose. Whatever you choose, that I will give you. You choose me, and I'll be with you. You choose something else, I will give you that. Like that.
If Krishna could not have been given freedom, we could have been with him only, right?
Yes, Mataji. What is that? Krishna?
Krishna could not have been given that freedom, free will to ourselves for each and every soul. We could have been with him only, right? In the spiritual world.
See, please understand. If at all, if we are in spiritual world, we are all as staying as individuals. Yes, we are all part and parcel of God, created by God for the pleasure of God. Because sitting in a room, you can't be happy. I'm happy, I'm happy, happy. You want some relationships, even in your dreams. You have a husband, wife, children, friends. You go around, run around, and that's all. It's not that you're void and all alone. So you want a relationship. Even your dreams is not in our hands. Somewhere these things are created. So there are some people, there are also some activity is going there. So happiness comes by the relationship, rasa. The rasa of the motherhood, rasa of a wifehood, rasa of a daughterhood. So this is different rasas. So when we have those rasas, then our life becomes so happy, and we try to increase it more and more. And that's what Lord has created us as this thing. He also wants the relationship like that. Even though his Atma Aramastamaniyo Nirganta Sivakram is the Lord is always happy within himself. He doesn't want to take happiness from anyone else. But he has created this jivas. The Shastra said he has created jivas so that it is a constant leela which is happening in this material world. See what happens. We go to somewhere in a different world and start thinking that, oh, why Lord has created it? First, Lord is problem. Lord is not have created this. So that we will ask question to Lord tomorrow. Not even I don't know. So that we will ask Lord question why He created us. But after creating us, no, please understand, He wants a love relationship with from all of us. So that the free will He has given to us in spiritual world, so that out of a free will we offer our service to Him. You service to Him as a cow, service Him as a tree, service to Him as a grass, service to Him as a something gopi or gopala. So that freedom Lord has given to us, so that we can have activity, so that have relating to Krishna, and there then you can engage your senses in the service of Krishna, and you purify your senses, purify your mind, purify your intelligence, so that you be happy with others. You consider your the whole neighbors, your whole world as Vasudeva Kutumbakam. You try to love them, keeping Krishna center. Love your all those things will have what happens. So it's very good that when we want to engage our senses, selfless service, you do engage your senses as Krishna. And this what when we start doing this, our mind also will be soothed, happy, cool, and people also say, oh, okay, sadhu, yeah, sadhu, let him live. So in that sense, we holistically we see we can make our whole place a Vaikuntha. There's a heaven to stay among this. Forget about what, why you can ask question. Tomorrow we'll all ask question. Really, so why you Lord created? Lord should not have created. That is his big mistake. Okay, created and happened all these things. Now let's come back to the reality now. So the only answer what the Shastra gives is Lord also wants the pleasure. And again, you may ask question, Lord is, that's what I said. No? Lord is Atma Rama. Why he wants pleasure? He can be happy within himself. So that all questions definitely will come. But please understand, this Lord has created us for his pleasure, and we are meant for his pleasure. And when we act for his pleasure, that is perfection of our life. Yes, Mother.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes,
Recently,
Mother.
during Ekadashi, I was in the hospital due to severe viral fever, and I was not able to follow Ekadashi. How do I mean, what should be done?
There are a lot of Shastric injunctions that it says if you are a child of below 7 or below 80, you don't need to do Ekadasi. That's what Shastra injunctions are there. Anyway, leaving that apart. So if you are there in the hospital and you have to break, no problem. But keep in mind that always you should repent within yourself. Repentance is the biggest the purification from our sins. So right from your heart, you should repent yourself. Oh my God, I'm unable to do this. I'm breaking this. It is. I'm not supposed to do this. What to do, my Lord? So you should feel yourself repentful. So sad. So sorry about it. That you're breaking this principle that I've been following for so long. So that is more important than you're eating a rice or something. So even though Papa Purusha is there in the rice, he sits and eats Papa Purusha. What to do? The Lord is more powerful than the Papa Purusha. He will protect you because he sees your heart. He is not what your external things are. So taking this as a granted, we should not ride on something else. But keep this in mind that sorry. So keep this in mind, that when you are in such situations, such conditions, always try to feel yourself sad about it, sorry about it, that I should not have done this. See, there are other remedies. They say, and third day you can do. Trayodashi, not Dwadashi, you should not do fasting on Dwadashi. To Trayodashi, you can do fasting and things like that. But nevertheless, if you're in the different health conditions, Lord understands us. He only sees our mood, is our intention, our intensity of our devotional love towards Him is what Lord looks for.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
So,
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
886. Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, this holy places, pilgrimage place, no? We have to visit only Krishna places or any other devatas.
I would prefer. I would say only holy places where Krishna is there. That's what is a chastity of mind is. So Krishna, Vishnu pastimes, or devotees pastimes, Vaishnavas pastimes, all those places is the best way, so that we can reconnect back to our understanding, our thought, our belief, our principles, our faith. So that is the main purpose of going to the holy places. So going to the holy places, if it's not helping you in strengthening your belief, in strengthening your faith, I don't think so. It is really required to be a very sincere and a serious devotee of Krishna. So even in if you're going to some other places like Srisailam, Chaitanya went to Srisailam. So you can just sing Chaitanya Srisailam. You can just meet our Chaitanya Srisailam. Okay. Srisailam is this thing, we can go. So either Chaitanya program or Prabhupada has gone, or some Kanakadasa, Namasa, Ramdasa, Purandasa, Mirabai. So many great devotees are there, whichever gone there. You can always go to those places. Best is that one. Rest everything is you should try to avoid. Yeah.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
So thank you all so much for your patientful hearing. So we'll again have next session next Monday, and with some more important points or the details about the Kartika's Mahatma. So tomorrow is Kartika, which starts Purnima. So this Purnima is very powerful Purnima. So please, Sharad Purnima, called Sharad Purnima. So Sharad Purnima to Rasa Purnima. So it is 1 month. It's a Kartika festival in the North India and many places. So same thing we are also following here. So every day you please come to temple, offer a ghee lamp to Krishna, or in your home please offer ghee lamp to Krishna, and read the pastimes of Damodara, read some pastimes of Krishna in the evening, and it will be very nice. Thank you all so much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.